Okay, welcome to this video. We're going to make a cheap knockoff of Flappy Bird. But we're going to make a cheap knockoff of Flappy Bird because it will help us to use variables in different ways. We're going to use variables to make a timer, for example. We're going to learn about repeat until loops that we've never really used, and we're going to learn a little more about if-else statements or if-else blocks. So get ready. Here it comes. You clicked on the link from Canvas to come here. When you get here, you should have a remix button right there. I don't have a remix button because it's mine, but you're going to have a remix button. So go ahead and press that remix button right now and we'll get started. Okay, real quick, you'll notice if you run it that there's already some code in here, and you'll notice you're in the brain of the bird. The bird has our best friend, the forever loop, that says do these two things again and again and again forever. What we're about to do is we're about to come over here and we're about to make a timer. Now a timer, all a timer is a variable. So you've used variables to count things, you've used variables to get store user input when they type stuff, but really all we're going to do is use a variable to count the time. So do this with me. We're going to hit your control. We're going to grab this guy for right now. We're actually going to replace him with something much cooler later. We're going to grab this forever loop and put it right there. And what we need is a new variable. So go with me to your data tab. I want to make a new variable. And you could name your variable anything, but it would make sense to name it something that reflects what it's doing. So we're going to make this called time. Now, you want to make sure, grab this and put him here, when the game starts, the timer starts at 0. So make sure whatever's in time right now, take it and set it to be 0. So this block says whatever's in there, throw it out and put a 0 there. Now, what you want to do is, you've done your set block there. In your loop, you want to do your change block. Now, set says throw out whatever's in there and make it 0. This says whatever's in there, add 1 to it. So this says in that loop, add 1 to it, add 1 to it, add 1 to it, add 1 to it forever. Now, do this with me. Go hit run and make sure that it's going crazy and add 1 forever. Now that's a counter, but it's not really time. So we need to rig this, and we're going to cheat a little bit and make this work with time. But right now we're adding 1 to it all over the place. But think about units. It's like science class or something. Like this 1 probably represents time like a second. So we only want this to happen once every second if we're adding 1 to it. So let's go to your control and boom. Now watch how cool this is. 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. Look at that timer over there. That's gorgeous. So, and it's doing it all the time forever. Waits a second, adds 1, waits a second, adds 1, and it now is a timer. Now you can get fancier. You don't have to use a second. You can use whatever interval you want there, and you can make it a little more responsive, right? So you could do whatnot, and that's beautiful. Now here's what I'm going to say. This is cool. We've used this forever loop a lot, and it says repeat these two things for all eternity, but we don't really want this to happen for all eternity because this game's going to end. Like eventually the game's over. So we can rig this up with a different block and say only do this stuff until the game's over. So if you hit your control right here, look how cool this is. You will find, like we've used repeat like so many times. We've used repeat forever. We've done that. But if you scroll down, there's this thing that says repeat until. And notice it's the same kind of shape. It's still got the little arrow, so it's looping, but you want to keep doing stuff until something happens. So let's switch this out. Let's grab this. Now do this with me and pause me if you need to. I'm going to take the inside of my sandwich, put it in that sandwich, throw this bun away, put this here. Now, so I only want to be counting the time until something happens, until the game's over. So here's the big question. Until what? What is the end of the game, right? The game ends when old Birdie Bird hits that green thing. I don't know what that is. So we could say, go with me over to your sensing. I'm going to grab this color, and I'm in the brain of the bird. That's hard to say. And I don't care about purple, so if you click that square, and notice as you move your mouse around, it lets you pick whatever color you want. I'm going to go to that green and click it. So I want you to only be timing until the bird hits green, and then it will stop. Now, watch this. Now that you got that, let's run it and watch this timer. Now it's going to be a little weird. When he hits that green thing, that timer stopped. And just for fun, just so you can see it even better, I'm going to put this. So I want you to understand that like this loop is happening. Like when you click the green, time sets to 0. You run around like a hamster in a wheel and do this, 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 this until you hit the green. Then when you've hit the green, the bird will say hello, and that timing is going to stop. So two things are happening. Boom, 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 boom. Watch that timer. He hits the green, boom, timer stopped, and he says hello. So you can only get to this hello once you're done with that loop, because you're literally running around that circle until he touches green, and then you get dumped down here. So that is a repeat until loop, which is really cool. Here's what I want you to do. I would like for you to, over here you'll see his flapping code, his code about flapping. I would like for you to do the same kind of thing. Get that forever loop out of there and change this so that he only flaps his wings until he hits the green, and then he like freezes. So do that for me, rig that up, and then come back for the next video and we'll make it even better.